What's good? What's going on, man? It's your boy B, and we back in this mug with another video, man. Today we got NBA legends and players displaying how scary good MVP Steve Nash was, man. We all know the unfortunate situation that happened with Steve Nash as a coach for the Brooklyn Nets, man. Y'all comment y'all thoughts and opinions below about that, man. Y'all think he should have been fired? Was he doing a bad job? Who knows, man? I heard they supposed to be getting the Celtics coach. You know what I'm saying? Rumors are spreading around, so we'll see, man. But it's gonna be big. It's gonna be a very big change for the Nets, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But anyways, man, enough of that, man. Y'all be sure to drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Hit that sub button if you want to see more content like this, man. Let's hop straight into it.
Hey man, it's your boy YG, aka Young Gala,
Gala.
and Steve Nash is one of the
Shout out
best
to my
point
man.
guards in NBA history. It was amazing how he impacted teams. I mean, as soon as he got there, teams will go from 30 wins to 60 wins. And guys, Steve Nash averaged 8.5 assists for his entire career. So you can already tell he was a true point guard. And I'm not done. He's a 2-time MVP, an 8-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA, a 5-time
I about not notice him right here. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
NBA assist leader, and he was in the 50-40-90 club 4 times. That's insane. Most NBA players can't even get into the 50-40-90 club, let alone 4 times.
Dang.
It's like, what more do you want?
He played
from
with
him?
Dirk
He's
Nowitzki?
the perfect point guard for the offensive side of the ball. His court vision, his knowledge of the game, and the ability to see plays before it even happens is what made him so special. And his numbers might not shock you because he never averaged 20 points per game. But it wasn't about the numbers, it was how he got them. Steve Nash was just so efficient that the defense had to guard him. He was a threat as soon as he passed half court. And if he wasn't a pass first guard, he would have definitely averaged 25 points per game. But I never seen a player that did so many behind the back passes or no look passes than Steve Nash did. And Nash is probably the most disrespected MVP in NBA history. He's probably the only player that I heard that don't deserve both of his MVPs, which is crazy. He definitely deserved one of those MVPs. I mean, if you're leading the league in assists and shooting 50, 40, 90 from the field while leading your team to 60 wins, there's no question that you're the MVP. And so what if he's a system player? The system won't work if you don't have a great
bro can
point
jump
guard.
out the gym, man. Richard, what? Hey, Richard can jump out the gym. How I know? Playing NBA 2K. He jump out the gym on you, catch a body in a heartbeat.
If anything, he was the system. And I feel like the main reason why people disrespect Steve Nash is because he didn't put up a bunch of points to win MVP. But you had to keep in mind that he was running the entire offense. Yeah. That's why he was the MVP.
He cold with that rock in his hand.
Beyond the stat sheets. And he impacted a whole generation of players. And it was to the point where players were taking his moves. So anyways, man, we're gonna listen to some NBA legends and players talk about how scary good MVP Steve Nash was. But before we get straight to that, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for the culture so you won't be missing any of my videos.
For the culture.
Let's get to the vid, man.
Talking about
sub up, man. Y'all go ahead and sub up, man. Yeah, Steve Nash, man. Y'all think he gonna be like an assistant coach for a team? Who gonna pick him up, man? Y'all let me know.
Fierce competitor, tough guy. I mean, he was just a master at running that offense under D'Antoni, and him and Amari Stoudemire. Like, he was so difficult to guard because of the players that he played around and just how smart he was with the basketball. Hell of a passer. I think what people don't realize, he was an awesome shooter. Like, awesome shooter. Knocked down, couldn't leave him open.
Anywhere.
No, not at all. 50, 50, 90 guy, 4 times. Come on, man.
Yeah. Listen, man, I had so many nightmares playing against this guy. I mean, he's one of the best I've ever played against. One of the guys, and there weren't a lot of them, to be honest with you, that I felt a lot of times didn't have an advantage on mentally. Right. I was always trying to be 2-3 steps ahead of a guy, thinking the game a little further out than most of my competitors. Steve was on that level. Right. It was great competing against him. I mean, obviously 2-time MVP. Worked hard again to get there. I mean, his early Dallas years, it was kind of up and down. I can remember them booing him sometimes in that arena at a young age, and you know, he turned out to be one. And I know to me, when I kind of measure greatness,
Yep.
You talk about how many guys he made better.
Oh, man.
And there's a long list of guys for not only for Steve.
You got a lot of guys paid, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Steve played with KD.
Steve and Stephon Marbury gave me the most problems.
Wow.
Gave me the most problems. I love Stephon Marbury.
Yeah, big bro.
Yeah, Steve was just a headache because he could do it all.
Without being fast.
Didn't have John Stockton mode. You know what I mean? Just
Smart.
right here, just
smart.
You know what I mean? Just know how to get it done. You know what I mean? Steve was excellent, man. And shout out to you, Steve, man. I want to see you do great, man.
You've got an all-star point guard now in Steve Nash. How excited are you this deal was able to get done?
Well, I'm very excited. I mean, he's
Kobe!
we all know what a phenomenal player he is and how talented he is, and what he brings to the table with his shooting and his playmaking ability. So I'm excited. I mean, for one, I mean, he's going to space the floor. I mean, he's such a phenomenal shooter, and then his ability to make plays for others is second to none, really. And so we'll be able to get up and down the floor and hopefully get a lot more easier baskets than we have in the past. We won't have to grind as much as we did in the past in terms of trying to get good shots in the half court.
I can't really name one person. I know I get a lot of the Steph comparisons, but I just try to pick different things from different players. Guys like Kyrie, Tony Parker, the way he finishes around the rim. Obviously, I try to get things from Steph, Damian Lillard, but my favorite player growing up has been Steve Nash, and I try to get as much Steve Nash in my game as possible with his ability. He's very smart, knows how to pass the pass. He passes people open, different things like that. So Steve Nash, in my opinion.
You had another one, an off-foot layup, where you go off your right foot and you lay it in with the right hand. How did you develop that shot?
Steve Nash camp. I went to Steve Nash camp in high school, and they were doing all that because that's what he was doing that year. He won MVP and stuff. And I was like, man, this is not my game. I can't get used to it. But coming into the NBA, they get great shot blockers, and you want to just get an opportunity to get on the glass quicker than what the defender can try to time your shot and block it. So I use that a lot when I'm going to the paint.
Wow. Yeah. Everyone talks about kind of stylistically their games are influenced by certain players.
Yeah.
Who do you think your game is influenced by?
I try to mirror my game as much as I can from, my favorite player of all time, Steve Nash.
That's crazy, bro.
Cerebral ability his ability to.
I did not know Trae Young's favorite player was Steve Nash, man. That's fire, bro. We got some Steve Nash fans in the comments, man. Let me know.
Open teammates to score at all three levels. It's just intelligence of the game. So I try to get as much as Steve Nash in my game as I can. I know I'm not there yet. He's a legend, Hall of Famer, but try to do as much as I can with him.
What was that like for you to watch your godfather, Steve Nash, playing the NBA?
It's kind of funny because I just remember I think I was 10 or 11 years old, and he was playing against Kobe. I was like, Dad, what's Uncle Steve gonna do against Kobe? But nah, just to see the things that he went through kind of prepared me for real.
How tall is Steve? Like 6'1"?
I was able to watch what he was doing and say I want to be in that position one day. So now I'm here.
What seems to be your overriding concern today? What is your issue? What would you like to get off your chest?
It was this little good-looking David Beckham little guy running around like a gnat, just passing the ball to people and doing this and that. He scored every now and then, but he would always beat me out in the MVP voting. And I'm averaging 28-15 without the free throws. But Kenny, Coach Reggie, was he true MVP or was he a sympathy MVP?
No, he was a true MVP.
Over me? Twice?
Oh, get out of here.
If you're at your house, can you show me one of those MVP trophies that you stole from me? Congratulations.
You know what? I don't know. If you can't make a free throw down the stretch, it's hard to get an MVP, buddy.
So, guys, hopefully this reminded you how great of a basketball mind Steve Nash is. And SHAQ is going to be SHAQ. So tell me, what is your favorite Steve Nash moment? Mine had to be when he broke a Utah Jazz player, then did a behind-the-back pass to his teammate. That had to be the nastiest thing I seen. So make sure your favorite Steve Nash moment. Mine had to be when he broke a Utah Jazz player, then did a behind-the-back pass to his teammate. That had to be the nastiest thing I seen.
Steve Nash
so make sure you like, share,
hand.
subscribe, and show love to the YG gang. And I'm out.
I never knew he played for the Dallas. I never knew that. with Dirk Nowitzki and the boys, man. But anyways, it's gonna do it, man. Y'all comment y'all thoughts and opinions below, man. NBA legends and players displaying how scary good MVP Steve Nash was. Steve Nash, he's definitely a great player, man. One of the best point guards who have ever played, for sure, man. Him, Tony Parker, who else? You got the Magic Johnson. What else? Some other good point guards. Let me see. The list goes on. I can't even think of all of them on top of the head right now. But yeah, man, Steve Nash is I consider Steve Nash like the GOAT in my book. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Man. I like watching his highlights. Like you said, he is a great shooter. He can get the job done. He can get the job done on the court. That's all that matters, man. But anyways, man, y'all comment y'all thoughts and opinions below. Be sure to check out one of the videos at the end of the screen. It's definitely a banger. I would miss it if I was you, man.